and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all. It's your buddy Big Johnny G, the Two Gun Fix-It presents Legendary Gaming. Another classic episode of Tabletop Takeout Tuesday, my friends, is upon us! And this is a classic episode because this is the original style. This is where I'm telling you bullet points about why I like or love a title. Going back to old school, and I mean that more today than pretty much any other time I've done a Tabletop Takeout. And that's because this is doubly old school. So this, my friends, is a combination, a meshing, a gestalt of two amazing titles. And together, they made something I actually enjoy. So come on, my friends, join me down at the table, and I will tell you why I love Monopoly, Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, this game is rather special, I think, to me, because it combines a couple of, well, different things. First of all, right off the bat, let me just say that, in my opinion, I guess one of the first ways I could describe this as this is what you get when you combine probably one of the most classic or iconic boomer games with the likewise Gen X games. So when you combine something like Monopoly and Dungeons and Dragons, I'm interested. And that interest, I think, definitely paid off with this game. Now, first of all, it's Monopoly. Okay, I didn't find any difference in the rules, anything that stood out. It seemed to me, unless I'm missing something here, and if I am, please put it in the comments below. But it seems that this is just 100% aesthetic change to everything, and that's okay. That's fine with me. It makes getting into it that much easier for players of Monopoly who may not be big fans or players of Dungeons and Dragons. So everything has a makeover. So like you don't normally have you don't have utilities. What you have is you can buy places, you can buy Shadowfell or Feywild. They take the place of the utilities. And it's like that around the rest of the board. You see that the railroads themselves, they've all been changed and replaced. And now you have Undermountain and was it Castle Ravenloft, Tomb of Annihilation, and Tomb of Horrors take the place of the rails. Even the money also is very specific to Dungeons and Dragons. Let's see, chance. The chance cards are called encounters, and the community chest are the treasure cards now. So you see where I'm getting at here, where everything is really still the same, and it's just this little bit of a cosmetic aesthetic change to what you're looking at here. So that helps bring you in a little bit. If like me, you're mainly a Dungeons and Dragons player, and not really the biggest Monopoly fan in the world, it brings that sense of familiar that's gonna hook you and keep your interest, hopefully. Now, I think it's interesting, they handled monsters, which maybe I should reverse the way I'm explaining this to you. So they handled properties in the game by making them monsters. I guess it's supposed to be trophies, maybe? I'm not 100% sure how it thematically works out, but it works out exactly the same as the properties as far as you need a certain number, you need to collect them all in the set, before you can start building bigger on it. And they changed it up again, keeping in thematic sense. So instead of what is it, houses and hotels, you have expeditions and bases. Now, here's one drawback I think that they missed out on. We also recently got Monopoly Friends, the TV series, because my wife is a huge fan of Friends, and they redid the houses and the hotels as cups and couches. Which, if you're a fan of Friends, I don't have to explain to you what those mean and why they did that. And it looks great. It works out great. And I wish they had done something like that for the D&D Monopoly, because the expeditions and the bases look just like your standard red and green house and hotel pieces from regular Monopoly. I think they missed the chance on that. And I feel like they were just cutting corners financially, which pisses me off a little bit, because that means that they didn't put their full heart into the development of this game. They just called that in. They just called that in. It was a cold reading. They didn't care. That's the sensation I get. So that's the one little negative drawback I'm going to say. Maybe it's nitpicking, but I did want to bring that to your attention. Otherwise, I got to say that, like many other Monopoly games, you're either a fan of Monopoly or you're not. I've encountered a very little gray area here with individuals that are just so fans. It seems to be you either enjoy the game or you don't. And I've never been a huge fan of it, to tell you the truth. But when you overlay this title, this IP, this franchise of Dungeons and Dragons on top of it, it really does and did catch my attention to the point where I do want to play it. It's still not my number one game to throw down on the table, but then again, I have like 400. So obviously, something's got to be out of the top 10 there, right? But it is a good game, and if anybody, my friends or family, a gaming group want to play Monopoly, I now have a version of Monopoly that I don't feel bad about playing, that I actually look forward to and enjoy seeing it on the table. Altogether, this is a fantastically fun game. It's family friendly, just like any other Monopoly game these days is. And it's worth the experience. If you're a fan of Dungeons and Dragons, I think even just one play, I think is worth the experience to sort of have under your belt. And isn't playing D&D all about gaining experience? So if you're a fan of either, I say give it a shot. If you see it in a board game cafe, pull it down, try it. If you or one of your friends has it on your shelf, put it on the table one night. You'll enjoy it. You will. So thank you very much, and go check out Monopoly Dungeons and Dragons.